shit.
And Hyperloop. And as you heard, Elon Musk has AI, artificial intelligence, on his mind these days. He says AI machines could soon outsmart us all, and his philosophy is if we can't beat them, we should join them by implanting AI computers directly into our brains.
One of the solutions is to have an AI layer. If you think of like you've got your limbic system, your cortex, and then digital layer, sort of a third layer above the cortex, that could work well and symbiotically with you.
Of course, turning humans into cyborgs may sound like the stuff of science fiction, but then again, that is Elon Musk's forte. So, would he develop this kind of technology himself?
Somebody's got to do it. I'm not saying that I will, but somebody's got to do it.
What the fuck was that? Yo, my shit, my fucking laptop just made a noise and went blank. I swear, I know I'm being watched, bruh. Ain't no other way around that shit, man. Motherfuckers just be watching my shit. How the fuck that shit happened? My shit just blinked the fuck out.
If you assume any rate of advancement in AI, we will be left behind by a lot.
That is Elon Musk, the inventor and entrepreneur behind such futuristic endeavors as Tesla, SpaceX, and Hyperloop. And as you heard, Elon Musk has AI, artificial intelligence, on his mind these days. He says
Connected to iPhone.
Oh shit. And then that shit put me out last night. Wait, bruh, I'm trying to get some shit. Nah, dog, I got one little bud left. I mean, a little bud. That's all I got in the whole house. Nobody won't answer. I be up too early, man. The dope mans around here don't get up early like we do, bruh. These motherfuckers be asleep. They got jobs and shit. One motherfucker at work. Oh my God, boy. This gonna be a long ass day. Yeah, I swear, bro. This is all I have. This is the last of the Mohicans. And this bitch about to go up in flames right now. I can't paint and concentrate without waking and baking. Damn, somebody email me some bud, yo. Send that shit to me in a JPEG. Cause I'ma need it. How you take a little bud and then break that little bud down into two little buds? Desperate times calls for desperate measures. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah. Should I add it to the playlist? Just let me play this little instrumental while I break down this bud, trying to get to the chemicals. Yeah, it's that THC. The healing component is reaching me. Yeah, it's that THC. The healing component is reaching me. Yeah. Early in the morning. Yeah. Early in the morning. Yeah. I got a lighter in the morning. Yeah. Got a lighter. Nothing in the grinder. Bruh, it's gonna be a rough day, bruh. It's gonna be one of them sober days. Sober. I might come up with some new ideas while I'm sober. Who knows? Sober. Just let your soul burn. Alright. I'm riding around this town, trying to find me some green, but everybody selling brown else. They trying to sell that white, and I ain't on that. Not in the day or night. Put no shit up in my nose, man. I ain't doing it right. Not one line. Nah, that white girl be too much, too many RPMs for me even to discuss. And woo, bitches out here do too much. Popping pills and drinking liquor and go to sluts. Everything is so fucking jumbled around in here. God, though, my, I can't even see what the fuck I'm making. Dropping shit. Alright, okay, let's get this shit organized. This organization will save the nation. Alright. Yeah, let's see. This organization will save the nation. Oh, shit. Alright, put that there. Put this up. I got all my sticks and shit. There, sticks over there. Now these goddamn wires in my way.
Walden's faculty are highly educated professionals who integrate their real-life experience into the classroom.
Yeah. Whatever commercial. I got this shit. I'm gonna just unhook this for a minute. So this wire is not tripping me the fuck up. Alright. No need for that wire. No need for this wire. A little more organized than it was. Just throw that over there. Organization is the key, man. Organization is the key. Cleanliness is godliness. So don't fuck with no sloppy bitch. Yeah. Cleanliness is godliness. So don't fuck with no sloppy bitch. Yeah. Cleanliness is godliness. So don't fuck with no sloppy bitch. Nah. If you can kiss what I twist and I don't mean my wrists and I just do it like this and I. Cause I'm really spinning and I'm winning and I'm got nice dimples and I'm real cute smile, so I'm always good. Spinning and I'm always winning. Because I gotta keep smiling, so you really get dimples and you always see me grinning, yeah, you always see me grinning. Oh, I'm just over here trying to, my bad guys, I'm behind the camera right now. Behind the scenes, trying to clean out my motherfucking... Trying to get my thinner clean. Just changing out some thinner from different jars and shit. So this is my secondary workstation right here, which is in front of the AC. So this is my main jar that I use for washing my brushes. Once my thinner gets really dirty in here, I just pour it into a secondary jar, and so I can distill it. And so if you just let your thinner sit for a couple days, the heavy pigment will actually settle to the bottom.
Interested in Hyundai Santa Fe Sport? You might want to consider the 2018 Ford Edge.
You might want to consider not putting fucking commercials on my channel, YouTube. Did you ever consider that shit, bro? So if you just let your thinner sit for a couple days, it'll separate and it'll basically clean itself back out again. So set that there. So this is really dirty thinner. The thinner that was sitting in there, I actually poured into the second jar. And so from this jar, you can see it's almost clean, like new thinner. And so I pour it from this is the second distillation jar. So I'll let it sit in here for a couple days and get all the really heavy shit out. Then I'll pour it in here. I'll let it sit in there for a day or two and get whatever left, the little sediment in there. And then I'll pour it from this jar into my actual working jar that I clean my brushes from. So now you got thinner that you can almost actually see through again. It's not as dirty like you just painted in it. Alright. Got that done. Now my hands smell like thinner. Chemicals. Might not add it to the list though. I have to come back to it. I feel sleepy as shit. Oh man. Should I take a nap? Should I paint a picture? Should I rap? Yeah. Should I take a nap? Should I paint or should I rap? Man. Yeah. Should I drink or should I smoke? Yeah. Should I masturbate or poke? Yeah, should I drown or should I float? Pessimists or give up hope. Yeah. Should I take a nap? Should I take a nap? Boy, cause I'm sleepy as fuck. Yeah. Boy, cause I'm sleepy as fuck. Sleep is for the dead. Yeah. Sleep is for the dead. I can sleep when I'm dead. Ooh. Sleep is for the weak, man. Sleep when you dead, nigga. Stay your ass up. Get some painting done. Yeah, it's not a beat, man.
Butterfly dogs, waist tight with a body like dog.
Hey, we're Root, and we can save you up to 52% off your car insurance.
Yeah, 52% off my car insurance. Beats are slacking right now. acting like fuck this morning. I can't even. All the hot beats already got these shits. Okay, this sounds like it's about to come in nice. Hey man, I used to make music. It don't take me a long time. Like the first 15 seconds of a beat, I can hear how that shit about to be, man. This right here sound like it might be something. It might be. And that was in the first 5 seconds, just how that real low bass line in the back come in, that shit already in the beginning. You know they gonna drop that shit, yo. Yeah, I never heard this shit, but I already know how it's about to go. Yeah, some shit like that. Don't make it plain. Oh, it sound plain. I thought he was gonna do some extra shit. Do something extra. Oh, hey. You're off to a good start.
There's no instruments. That's what I'm saying.
We're gonna blaze the beat.
This is kind of mind blowing for me right now.
I'm gonna use the Doritos.
Oh yeah. It sound like, nah, it's too slow. I think I already got this beat too. Yep. Like all the hot beats already got them shits on my playlist. I had my playlist was up to like 150 beats. I knocked that shit down to like 75 beats. Now I got it back up to like 110 beats. I might knock it back down, try to round that shit out like 90 or 100 beats again. Cause there are a few of them I'm tired of listening to. I just be trying to keep like the hottest of the hottest beats on my rotation. Some shit I know I can freestyle to for like a couple of weeks without getting bored. That shit right there too plain. I don't like them really trappy beats, but I don't like the fucking early 90s boom bap beats too much either, man. It gotta be that fucking late 90s, early 2000s type beats. I'm almost tired of searching for beats. I'm just gonna go to my own fucking playlist. I gotta shave my damn mustache. My hair is curling up. Just one more good beat to add to the list. If I can find one good beat to add to the list, I'll stop looking. So, maybe not. Shit I blow, shit I drop. This shit right here not hot. Have to skip that, have to diss that.
I see skeletons possibly in your pantry.
I can't do shit without a commercial. Cheetos commercials, Dawn dish detergent commercials, commercials for schizophrenia medication. They try to sell you everything. Is this shit hot with the pianos? Come on, pianos, make that shit pop. Yeah? Nope. Oh my god. Quentin Miller. Who the fuck is that? Sorry guys. I can't even deal with them beats right there, man. Them beats right there is just like it's not the shit I listen to. See, I got that beat right there, I think. Are these urban nerds? That shit right playing. I got that beat. Yo, Lou, what up? I got that beat already. Man, I already got the hottest playlist. I might as well just go to my playlist and put that shit on random. 116 beats. Play them at random. Only the best beats. Be sure they're hard as fuck. Yeah, did you get finished with that drawing? I saw the one picture you posted.
I think it was so funny. I had to take all my pictures out. Like, I didn't even realize I had pictures up there. I thought I erased them all.
What did he say?
I'm trying to turn!
Nobody beep at us.
Nobody beeped, but he was screeching at me. He was screeching.
Whoever beeps at us.
Hey, Prince.
Whoever beeps at us.
Listen, man, they didn't get a chance to beep because I said okay before they beeped, okay?
If they beep,
I hope you got so much conversation when we get into the mall and you have to do schoolwork and your teacher asks you a question. For real.
seriously? Now that just hurts me.
So anyways. Yeah, so I'm rushing to the grocery store to get a fruit platter.
What is a fruit platter?
It's a platter with fruit on it.
Whatever that thing is, I still don't
Don't
get
answer that boy like that.
Don't worry about it. You'll get it when we get it.
Well, if I'm getting not talking about something I can do.
Yo, this one of my homies, yo, she's fucking crazy this morning.
My face was incomplete.
Fruit platter.
Yes, a fruit platter.
It's not too much one of those alien fruits things. There's actually gross.
Oh my god, I'm really hungry.
Then let's get.
I don't think yesterday I ate anything. Yeah, did I eat anything yesterday? Yeah, I had a little bit of curry chicken and rice, you know, off my kids' plate because, you know, they didn't want to eat it, so they came and brought me their plate. Like, you can try to take mine, Mom. I am keeping my eyes on the road. My ex-husband was saying the same thing. He was just like, yo, when you talking, you don't be keeping your eyes on the road. I'm like, look, I'm looking everywhere. My eyes is quick. I see things quickly. Quickly. Like, if bodybuilder was standing on the side of the road and I was doing 100 miles an hour and he was flexing on the side of the road, I tell you, I would see him. I would see him. Because my eyes is just that quick.
Mommy, how about this? When we get to the mall, you want me to be shut up?
You gonna pay me, Prince? He's like, me.
When we get in the store, do you want me to be shut up?
Do I want you to be shut up?
Yes.
Is that a way you can be? Yes, like he's like, oh, like, you know? If he was, where I know this girl from? I know this woman from somewhere. Oh, I don't want to know.
I got on here that.
She like, oh my god. It's like a dude. Why are you doing the front?
Let me take motherfuckers off my live stream. I'm streaming other people's live stream on my live stream. That's crazy, right? So Lou, I really got on Instagram to check out your art, but as soon as I pull up my Instagram, like immediately, like somebody was doing the live stream, so I just jumped in her shit real quick. This shit better look good, Lou. I'm not fucking playing with you, man. You hear me, Lou? Shit better look fucking good, dude. Who these fucking boxers? This is some MMF motherfuckers you drawing? I already like that picture. You ain't even post that shit up here. Where's the picture of your mom and your son? This dude painting some fighters on this shit. I'm drawing some fucking fighters. What the fuck? Alright, yeah, I'm stuck on social media right now, guys. My bag. Hold up. Let me see something else real quick. Then I'm coming right back. I gotta see if I got some messages. Or I might get some commissions. I had a couple people send out some information about commissions yesterday. Oh damn. No. My cousin says, yo, Like I said, I still play video games. I'm still a really big gamer, but like everybody else I know has grew the fuck out of that shit. Like everybody grew up and became like a real adult. But one of my cousins, he's a little bit older than me. Like man, this motherfucker is like the only two people in my family who still play fucking video games. He sent me some shit. He be sending me shit all the time about video games. This is stupid. Stuck 71 hours in an elevator. Man kills and eats his wife to survive. You're not gonna fucking starve to death in fucking 3 or 4 days, bro. Philadelphia, PA, 44-year-old Bruce Franklin was arrested this morning after he confessed to killing his wife and eating her flesh while he was stuck with her in the elevator. What? Huh? World News Daily. Is this like some fake shit? Wait a minute. I need to do some fact check. When was this shit posted? Huh? According to the Philadelphia Police Department, the partially devoured corpse of his wife was laying next to him when he was rescued after being stuck for 3 days in an elevator. Mr. Franklin immediately confessed that he had reluctantly killed her and eaten almost 12 pounds of her flesh, saying it was necessary to his own survival. Philadelphia Police Department Commissioner Richard Ross says the accused clearly felt guilty about his crime. Mr. Franklin and his wife, Janet Willis, were coming back from the restaurant when they took an express elevator to reach their apartment on the 42nd floor. On their way up, the elevator unexpectedly stopped and the couple were stranded. Mr. Franklin says he hit the alarm and waited, but nothing happened. He investigated his surroundings, but there was no warning text on the elevator emergency phone in the 6x6 box. Since they didn't have their cell phones with them, the couple had no way of reaching the outside world. Hours went by and no one came. Starting to get desperate, the 300-pound man tried to pry the door open, planning to climb down the elevator shaft like Bruce Willis in Die Hard. Instead, he was met with a solid concrete wall with the number 13 stenciled on it. Being in an express elevator, there was no opening for the floors that warrant service. Mr. Franklin found himself facing 34 floors of solid concrete shaft. The couple could do nothing but stand there for the rest of the afternoon and into the night, and then overnight, and the next day, and the next. After 48 hours, Mr. Franklin said he was suffering from severe dehydration and began fearing for his life. According to his lawyer, Daryl Hunter, Bruce Franklin had no other choice than to kill his wife and ingest her flesh and blood if he wanted to survive. Mr. Hunter says his client is in fact a victim and that Miss Willis's death was caused by the negligence of the residential building's security staff. Despite his lawyer's claim, Mr. Franklin now faces a total of 14 charges, including second-degree murder and cannibalism. He could face up to 75 years in prison. It's fake news, right? That's what I'm thinking too. Like this shit is super fucking fake, yo. This shit is super, but somebody just shared it, like one of my friends on Facebook. Like, that's why I gotta, if I hear a crazy story like this, I need to see it like 3 or 4 different places with some, credible, some credible documentation behind this shit before I share that shit on Facebook and I start looking like a fucking fool. Then you got that shit out the National Enquirer. You get that shit, what kind of trashy? That shit sound fake, yo.
Welcome to Bang It News. Today, stuck 71 hours in an elevator, man kills and eats his wife to survive. Flame, a man killed and ate his wife after being stuck in an elevator for 71 hours. This claim is false.
False, exactly. Nobody's... You're not... You're 300 pounds, dude. Oh, he's 300 pounds. Motherfucker, you was in there for 71 hours. You ain't gonna starve to death. You ain't even gonna lose no fucking weight, motherfucker. Dehydration. I gotta kill my wife and eat it. Motherfucker, you stupid. Stupid as hell. On the 3rd or 4th day, if nobody don't come, man, just drink a little bit of your pee. That's all you gotta do, man. Pee in your hand. Drink a little bit of pee. You'll be alright. You ain't gonna die. Yeah, the 2 boxers, it looks pretty good, Lou. Looks pretty good. Motherfucker think he trying to get better than me. Okay, I see you, Lou, stepping the game up. Trying to get better than me. I got a drawing I started to work on, man. I really need to work on that drawing. Motherfuckers think drawing easy. I think drawing is harder than painting.
I have an accent. Is everyone alright with it so far? Yeah, it's okay. I was speaking too quick when I first got here. I had to slow down. You know, you all have accents to me. I can't understand a fucking thing you guys are saying. I've been in America a little while. I'll try my best American accent for you, okay? So I've picked up on a few things. So this is my best American accent, right? Wait, hold on. Hey, yo, Billy! Yo, Billy, bro! The game's on! Come on over! In your truck.
Being from the South is awesome, as long as you're still in the South.
It's awesome as long as you're in the South.
Most of that has to do with the accent. First of all, Honey Boo Boo did not do me any fucking help at all. Because I don't care what channel it's on, you should need subtitles to understand your own language, right? And I don't know what bothers me more, the fact that those shows have subtitles or the fact that I don't need them, right? I'm just watching the whole time like, I don't get it, man. I understand Mama June clear as a bell. Now you got me reading for no reason. This is bullshit. But I get it, right? Like a Southern accent, it's just not a cool one, right? Like if you heard a French accent, you'd be like, oh, he must be romantic. Right? Y'all hear my accent, you're just like, oh, he's probably stupid and racist. And that bothers me mainly because my mom is from England, right? She has a full-on British accent. Yeah, do y'all understand what I'm saying right now? Like, if she would have just talked to me a little bit more. Right, just one more bedtime story, you know, just finish it, just get to the end. I could have had an accent where no matter what I was saying, y'all would be like, this is going to be the smartest shit I've ever heard. But instead with a Southern accent, y'all are just like, I think he probably has a GED and doesn't like minorities. And that's not fair because it's only half true. I know a few of y'all quit laughing because y'all are like, not until I find out which half. It's cool to have a GED. That's the half.
This is great. I'm glad he announced that I'm from England because the last show didn't turn out so well because they didn't tell the guy I was British and it was a hip-hop club. The host gets up on stage and he's like, coming to the stage right now. Coming to the stage right now. All the way from the hood. Keeping it real. Real thug, real gangster. Get up, Chris Strange, y'all, give it up. And they played this hip hop music, hardcore, was like, yeah, yeah. Bust a cap in your booty, yeah. Pop, 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 pop. And then they cut the music and I was like, hello, everybody. They looked at me like they'd just seen a black unicorn. But here's the thing, you know, it's not the first time that some people get surprised. I was at this place called Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Yeah, you guys eat a lot of chicken too? Yeah, it was good. It's good chicken. Good chicken. I was ordering, you know, I was asking for a table. I said, I'd like a table for 3, please. The guy behind me said,
No commercial. Oh my God.
Said, damn! Damn, homie! Yo, hold up. Is that your accent for real? I said, yeah. He goes, no, hold up. For real. I said, yeah. He goes, damn, snaps, all right then. Yo, T-Bone, come over here right quick. I want to show you something. Yeah, what's going on, dog? What's going on? Yo, say something, British homie, say something. Hello there. That's like a James Bond brother right there, son. Yo, no disrespect, British homie, no disrespect. But I thought you were just a regular black. I know you black, but you ain't black.
Black?
I'm not a black.
I'm not a
Now,
black.
he didn't base this on my complexion. Base this on my accent. How would you like it if he went to Africa and was like, hey, my brother? No. I am not your brother. Cause you are only black. I am black. African tribe of black.
I'm not, you guys Mexican? Yeah, I'm not. I feel like I have to explain that ever since I've gotten to California, people just assume that I am. And I tell people too, I'm like, no, half Puerto Rican, half Guatemalan. They're like, yeah, Guadalajara, that's Mexico, keep it moving.
Guadalajara, that's Mexico.
It gonna sound dumb. I wish I was sexier kind of Spanish. I wish I were from like Spain or Argentina with that accent. You guys know what I'm talking about? How are you doing? Women love that accent. I see it work all the time at bars. Guys walk up to girls like, how are you? I want to make love to you. Women lose their mind. They're like, oh my God, he's exotic. I can't do that. Guatemalan accent, not sexy. Puerto Rican accent, worst accent ever. It is. It's horrible. Really? What? No woman wants to come home. See flower petals on the floor, candles lit. There's her guy. How are you, baby? I want to touch you with my BB. Like, that's not gonna... Are you Puerto Rican?
Oh, right there.
Are you Puerto Rican? It's fucked up, bro. Racist jokes are funny until it's your turn. Oh, I see it, Lou. It's looking pretty good, man. Gotta get you some tissue paper, man, and smudge them shadows. Smudge the edge of the shadows in. Gotta blend it in that way.
You too? Oh, that accent's so bad. I wish it were better. I really do. My family, I wish it were better. Like, Rennie, you could have the most important job in the world. That accent gives you no credibility. A couple weeks ago, I took a flight. The captain was Puerto Rican. I got right off that plane. Because when you get on a plane, you're supposed to hear that soothing voice. You know what I'm talking about? This is your captain speaking. This is what I heard. Hello, everybody. We are going to fly to New York. They say it take 5 hours. I'm going to do it in 3. I was like, nah, get my bags.
Get my bags. Fuck out of here. But
that Spain accent, sexy as hell. You can say anything with that accent. It's sexy as hell. I think right now the sexiest commercials on TV are those Nasonex commercials. You guys know what I'm talking about? It's nasal spray. You don't have to be sexy. But the little Antonio Banderas B comes out.
Man, I need to shave. I have like these little hairs that grow right by my ear right here, and they feel so funny. It's weird as shit. Like, I swear, man, I'm getting hairs growing up my ears, hairs growing up my fucking nose. Turning into an old man. Alright, guys. I'm gonna get some skin colors together. And start adding some of these highlights to his skin. I got a fucking scab on my hand. Got the man hands. Yeah, this fucking texture is... I love that texture. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. It's gonna be kind of simple. I'm gonna make this say melanin, or as if it did say melanin one time, as if this said black, but it's like the paint is peeling off, and it's just like an old flaky wall, just an old concrete wall. All the paint is starting to flake off of it just from being so fucking old. That's all it is. And then you can see where the line stops, like there's no paint on that side of the wall. But this wall right here, this wall had the name, I guess the name of the business or whatever. And it just peeled away over time. So to get that really, really rough, choppy look like that, I just use that knife. Use that paint knife. Alright guys, let's see. I'm done with this, but I hate wasting so much paint. Yeah. Got to start monitoring my paint portions properly prior to application. You're not going to use all that paint trap. You're just going to wind up throwing it away. Scraping it off the palette. Putting it in the trash. It's money down the tube. That's a lot of paint. All those rich colors, especially that turquoise, that's expensive, yeah. Just throwing away money. Chemically. Oh, y'all don't want to sit here and watch me scrape this palette? I don't give a damn. Change the channel. I could turn some music on while I do this, though, right? I ain't gonna hate on you guys that bad. Come on. Let's finish listening to this comedy shit.
And seduces you for no reason. He flies out with his little sexy wings. He's like, having trouble breathing? It's okay, I put my stinger in your flower hole better. I'm sitting there rubbing myself like I ain't Nasonex. What it does?
I was in Louisiana. They got the best accent in the country. You guys ever been to Louisiana? Fucking everyone? That was weird. Usually it's like one person. Louisiana's got a great accent. They have a southern accent. They also have a southern drawl that goes with it. So when they talk, it's weird. They combine all their words in a sentence into one word. You just have to figure the shit out. I was at a Burger King, Slidell, Louisiana. The girl behind the counter was like, I was like, damn, you must kick ass at Scrabble. You do not want to play Scrabble with anybody from Louisiana. They get the first turn, the whole board. Game's over. Goofiest accent I've ever heard, St. Cloud, Minnesota. Nicest people I've ever met in my life. Everybody was so nice. Everybody had the same goofy accent. I'm off to the side of the stage. Some guy's about to introduce me. The girl that booked me on the show looks at me and goes, "Thanks for doing the show." That was her voice. She had gone through puberty. It wasn't a cartoon. I'm so immature in my head, I was immediately like, I wonder what it's like to fuck this chick. She's like, oh yeah, oh, right there. Oh, perfect. I guess I'll bake a cake. Nice at the end. Everybody was so nice in that town. I can't picture there's a crime rate. I can't picture anyone in St. Cloud, Minnesota, like doing an armed robbery on the street, just walking up to a couple with a gun, like, okay.
Okay.
Give me your money. And they're like, nope. Oh, shucks. I'll try elsewhere. Sorry about that. Just got the gun. Thought I'd use it.
We have Little Ethiopia in Los Angeles. And is that really necessary? We know they're little.
What?
Interesting fact, Little Ethiopia is the only place that Fairfax slims down to 1 lane. I'm accepting donations to get it expanded to 2 lanes. You can, all right, fuck you. All right, good. Hopping off on that joke. You don't like the Little Ethiopia joke, man. It's not my fault you don't like it. You ever seen a white guy with that accent? No, you have not. You have never seen a white person with this voice before. Because this is the blackest of all the black voices. This voice is so black, even gangster rappers are like, yo, that voice is black. Could you imagine if you saw a white guy with that accent? It'll flip you out, right? You're at the grocery store, he's like, pepper or plastic? Why are you talking like that, man? Oh, yes, I am from Zimbabwe. Holy shit, you're from Zimbabwe? What part? The top. Well, welcome to America. Do you like it here? Oh, yes, I love America. It was always my dream to one day come to America and drive around in a Cadillac car while wearing a pair of Nike cross trainers on my way to a date with a white woman. Wait, have you ever been with a white person? Oh, no, I have not. You know what they say. Once you go white, you do not return tonight. All right, good. Racist half of the room. Afraid to laugh half of the room.
So I was in Connecticut, I think it was, like a few years ago. I'm looking for this room called McGovern Lounge. That's the name of the room I knew I was performing in. So I'm on campus, I see a lady walking, I put my window down. I'm about to ask her where it is, but before I started talking in my head, because I'm like stupid and bored and immature, I was like, I'm gonna use a British accent when I talk. That way she'll think I'm from England. Later on I'll laugh about it by myself like a loser. That was my whole game plan, right? Watch what happens. I put my window down, I'm like, excuse me, hate to be a bother, you, excuse me, I'm looking for McGovern Lounge. Do you know where McGovern Lounge is? This lady was legitimately Russian or some shit. She's like, you're looking for McGovern Lounge? I was like, are we fucking with each other? I had no idea what was going on. This lady's Eastern European. She's like, McGovern Lounge is right there. You'll see front. Walk straight in. I was like, okay, here we go. This bitch beat me at my own game. She's laughing. I still don't know what happened. I'm like half Russian, right? My buddy's in a band that tours all over the world. He told me Russian women are the prettiest women he's ever seen. So I thought about it, I'm like, maybe someday when I'm ready, I'll marry a Russian chick, right? Like, I'm Russian, she's Russian, that's pretty cool. Then I thought about it some more. I'm cool with my wife having that accent. I don't want my kids to get that accent. That would just freak me out. Every morning, my 2 kids are waking me up. Daddy, wake up, we've made pancakes. Like, what the fuck is in the pancakes? Don't ask questions, American. It's not poison. I'm like, who's anything about poison? Yeah, this is not. You eat, we get life insurance. But tell me, shh.
This is not poison. Who said anything about poison? Well, it's not. You eat, you get life insurance. But tell it.
I just switched to Geico.
Whenever I go out with my dad in Beverly Hills, people always think that we're dating. Yeah, and it's only worse when I call him daddy. But like, that is so gross. Like, I would date a Persian.
On comes the news. News starts talking about a Pakistani terrorist. But my uncle's like, no. You see these guys that say are Pakistani? They're actually Indians pretending to be Pakistani. I was like, how do you know that? I was like, because they're uncircumcised. How do you know that? I was like, because after they blow themselves up, they find the body is uncircumcised. So my uncle thinks after a terrorist blows himself up and the dust settles, laying in the dirt is just an unscathed, uncircumcised penis. And then there's a huge government cover-up. He's like, we gotta get these dicks out of here.
I got a lot of crazy roommates, and the thing that sucks about crazy roommates is that you don't know that they're crazy, right, when you meet them, when you can do something about it. Because crazy people aren't all crazy all the time, you know? It's not like you meet them and you're like, hey, I'm Dan, what's your name? Hey, is that shoulders, knees, that toes? Knees and toes! I had this one roommate, this really stuck-up girl. She came back from shopping one day. I was like, where'd you go shopping? Oh, I went to Target. You mean Target? No. Target. Since when does it make something more socially acceptable if you pronounce it in a French accent? It's like, dude, where you been the past 6 years? Oh, me? I was in prison. Yes. It's cool, I committed a double homicide.
Double homicide.
Oh man. I had this other roommate who was a huge pothead. He pulled out this joint once. I've never seen this before. It was a clear joint. Has anyone ever seen this?
Yeah.
All right, chill out.
All right, chill out.
Aggressive pothead.
Yeah! I fucking love weed!
I'd never seen the clear joint. I didn't know what that was. I was like, what is that? He's like, instead of rolling it in paper, I roll it in this vegetable-based cellulose, because apparently it's really unhealthy to smoke the paper. What about the drugs? Like, you're doing drugs, don't sugarcoat it. What's next, heroin needles dipped in vitamin C? Like, I can waste my life away with the heroin, but at the same time maintain a healthy immune system. Because there's nothing worse than getting a sore throat when you're mugging a homeless guy.
My mom, man, I love my mom. My mother is so caring and so
All right, I
loving.
gotta get some more of these. I'm rolling up my tubes. I just had to roll this tube up. They're getting small.
Die. But you know, my mom knows me so well. She does this one thing that drives me crazy. Like, I came home the other day. She says, "Hey, come here, come here, come here." I'm like, "What?" She goes, "I bought some organic tomato juice." Now, I hate tomatoes. She knows I hate tomatoes, and she does it like it's a secret. It's great for you. Mom, I don't like tomato juice. No, have some. It's good for your hair, for your heart, for your brain, for your manhood, everything. Mom, I hate tomato juice. Okay. That means you're dead. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, go. It's okay. Okay? But she doesn't give up. This is just the beginning. You think it's really over? No! They set up the table. All my sisters come. They're cheering tomato juice. Oh my God, what a fantastic tomato juice. Oh, you know. You want some? No, I'm okay. You don't know what you're missing. It's okay. They eat, they finish. My mom doesn't give up. She leans in, pours a whole glass of tomato juice. Just have a little bit. Come on, just a look. Come on. Have a little bit. You know, at that point I lose. I'm like, Mom, I don't want any tomato juice. Yeah. What is wrong with you? It's not like anybody forcing you. Nobody's twisting your arm. You don't want to drink it, don't drink it. You're crazy like your father. Your father crazy like you. Get out of my house. Get out of my house. Mom, I'm sorry. Bring the whole bottle of tomato juice. The whole bottle right now. Very good.
I'm just trying to stay alive, fighting my kids, because I got these 2 young kids. Anyone got kids? Anyone got kids here? Yeah, how old? Oh, right there. Oh, you're grown up. Good for you. Congratulations. Like you're not like running around in diapers anymore. Which, yeah. What's that? Graduated 2 majors. Good way to go. Woo! What are those majors? What were your majors? Philosophy and law and society. That sounds like 3 majors, young lady, right there. I think your mom's not giving you full credit for all 3 of those. Philosophy and law and society. You see, if you say it slower, you can get away with saying it's 3 majors. I got 3 majors: philosophy, law, and society. What's society? I just study society. It's the philosophy of law within society. It was really 1 minor, really. It wasn't even a major. So you got a minor too? No. What the hell? Have you been out of the house the past 4 years? You're a slave driver. You're getting 2 majors and a minor, and at least 1 major that sounds like a second major. Yeah, you're gonna get 3 majors and a minor, and I don't care what they are. We're gonna go to a comedy club, and I'm gonna let people know. You're gonna be embarrassed. That's why I don't care. I'm proud of you, and I'm gonna say it every time. Tell them what your minor is. What's your minor? Marxist studies? Like communism? Huh? A full ride in Marxist study? Because that shit doesn't exist anymore. That's why. We're like, yeah, you want to study this shit? Fine. Cuba, that's it. You can go to Cuba and China. So you can go to China. There's
one dude, he's like, well, we had an idea and it didn't work out. So let's just hang out for 4 years and stare at each other for 4 years. I hope you have some other majors, because there ain't nothing's happening over here. Yeah, I got philosophy and law and society. What university were you at? UC Riverside. Way to go, girl. And what are you going to do with all these degrees? Go to law. Wait, look, Mom, you are so proud. Way to go. Fantastic. Huh? You wanted medical. You're still upset, Mother. This girl studied something that doesn't even exist anymore, and you still won't give her credit.
Do you guys know the Ice Cube song, Today Was a Good Day? Yeah, I didn't even have to use an AK. Which, by that logic, I've had all great days. I've never once used an AK. And you guys are like, you look like you've used an AK. Again, that's racist. Again. My grandmother died. I loved her, but I didn't use an AK. Great day.
I feel like God had kids too early, you know? Like, if you look at Earth, he was clearly like a baby God when he made Earth. Like for the first few million years, he's just obsessed with the dinosaurs. Yeah, he's like, oh, this is a T-Rex. This one has a long neck and eats leaves. Then he hit puberty and he was like, fuck dinosaurs! I hate dinosaurs, I never liked dinosaurs. I'll be in my room listening to music. Then he had Adam and Eve. He was probably like a teenage god, you know? He didn't take on any responsibility. He was just like, listen guys, just stay right here and don't touch my stuff, right? And he just left. He comes back, they touch the stuff, and he's like, what the fuck? Get the fuck out, get out, go move to your mom's. Starts having more kids, starts getting more controlling, laying down more rules. Don't stick your dick in this guy's butt, go over here, go talk about me to your friends, tell your friends about me, tell your friends about dad. Yeah, then at one point, just drowns everybody. It's like the number one worst thing you can do as a parent. Like, they give your baby at the hospital, like, first off, don't drown it. You know, he drowns everyone, then tries to make up for it by making us a rainbow. He's just like, sorry, Dad won't do it again. We cool now? Then he has his favorite kid. Not supposed to have favorite kids, has them anyway. Then he sends them down to Earth, but Jesus is kind of a dick, as most favorite kids are, right? Because Jesus comes down to Earth and he's like, hey, I'm God's son. And they're like, aren't we all God's children? He's like, I'm God's real son. You guys are adopted. They're like, what? And he's like, yeah, God said you're not doing it right. You gotta be like this, you gotta be like me, you gotta do that, you gotta be better. And they're like, well, who the hell do you think you are? He's like, I'm also God. And they're like, no. His number one rule is only one God. Well, I'm God too. So they murdered him according to God's own rules. And then God came back and he was like, what the fuck? And then he never talked to us again. Just walked out on us, never came back. Now the whole world has abandonment issues because half the world's like, there is no God, he's dead. And the rest of the world's like, he's coming back, he'll be back.
Heard the new Lady Gaga single? Anybody with R. Kelly? I like it. I'm not really a huge Lady Gaga fan.
Then don't drown it. Just drown more control. I feel like God had kids too early, you know?
mix like mine. Yeah, like just a mixed bullshit mixed breed dog.
I feel like God had kids too early, you know? Like, if you look at Earth, he was clearly like a baby God when he made Earth. Like for the first few million years, he's just obsessed with the dinosaurs. You know, he's like, ooh, this is a T-Rex. This one has a long neck and eats leaves. Then he hit puberty and he was like, fuck dinosaurs!
Hey everybody, welcome back to The Late Show. Folks, my next guest is a stand-up comedian whose debut album, Ahmed Badoudi, is available now on iTunes. Please welcome Ahmed Barucha.
Hello.
Hi, this is Donna with Card Services. Calling in regards to your credit card account.
I don't have a credit card.
Thank you. A little bit about me. My dad is Muslim. My mom is Catholic, so I am neither. Not sure what I am. I don't think I'm an atheist. Not because I don't think there could be nothing, but because I don't like the attitude that comes with being an atheist. I feel like in life, we're all just walking on a tightrope off of a skyscraper into just fog, right? And no one can see beyond the fog, but everyone keeps falling off. Like everyone you ever heard of falls off. All your grandparents fell off. Kid in high school fell off once. You just don't want to fall off. You're just walking along, trying not to look down. And someone's like, hey, don't worry about it. I heard when you fall, there's a net down there and it catches you and it feels really nice. And you're like, okay, that's good. And then atheists are like, there's no net. There's no net. And you're like, hey, stop shaking the rope. There's no net, it's just jagged rocks we die and it hurts. Shut up, I'm trying not to fall here. Why, do you think there's a net? No, there's probably not a net, but maybe like a pillow or even more fog would be okay. Like, just let people think there's a net. The problem isn't thinking there's a net. The problem's when you're like, we think the net hates gay people. Just shaking the rope. My net says if I push you off, there'll be hot girls in that to have sex with me. Like, your net's a pervert. Why is he trying to hook you up? So everyone's afraid of refugees now, right? Refugees and clowns. That's like the two biggest fears out there. It's sad. My dad was a refugee. When he was 16, he escaped from Burma to Pakistan, which really says a lot about Burma. He just woke up one day, he's like, we gotta get to a more stable country like Pakistan. Things are a little bit more even keel over there. People keep saying there's no way to vet these guys. No way to vet these guys. No way to vet these guys. Check their Facebook, duh. It's like we live in a time where everyone's just posting all their emotions online for the last 10 years. Check their Facebook. If they only have one profile picture and they're only friends with hot girls, put them in the maybe pile. If they're just sharing cat videos, let them in. ISIS is not watching cat videos. They're not like, hey, we gotta go cut this guy's head off. Wait, this cat, he's stuck in a paper bag. Oh my god. So adorable. They still use mouse pads over there. My uncle on my Pakistani side, he doesn't like hearing bad things about Pakistan, so he doesn't like hearing a lot of things. And I went to his house, and at his house he only has Pakistani Indian TV, which if you haven't seen it, is like 24-hour music videos. But every Indian music video is the same exact music video. It's always a guy chasing a girl, but there's a pillar in the way. skanking around the pillar. The pillar is like the #1 form of birth control in India. It's not working too well. There's a lot of Indians. There's a break in the music videos. On comes the news. News starts talking about a Pakistani terrorist. And my uncle's like, no. You see these guys that are Pakistani? They're actually Indians pretending to be Pakistani. I'm like, how would you know that? He said, because they're uncircumcised. I said, how would you know that? He said, because after they blow themselves up, they find the bodies uncircumcised. So my uncle thinks after a terrorist blows himself up and the dust settles, laying in the dirt is just an unscathed, uncircumcised penis. And then there's a huge government cover. Where do you get these out of here? That joke's called Packy Sack. Thank you. I am half white, so I do have half white guilt. You know. Like my little sister, she just brought her new boyfriend. The family happens to be a black guy, which is okay, but it put me in an awkward situation. Because I was torn between playing the angry, protective older brother and not looking racist. Because no matter who your little sister brings home, you're supposed to be like, hey, stay the hell away from my sister. Oh, because you're a guy. Just because you're a guy. Just because you're a guy. I'm cool. But keep your thing in your pants. Not that your thing is any different than anyone else's thing, but it is still a thing. I'm watching you. I'm also watching Barbershop 2 later if you'd like to join. It's a fantastic film. I like black people. Hey, guys, been fantastic. Thank you very much.
You can see him headlining the Cap City Comedy Club in Austin, Texas this weekend. I'm in Marucci, everybody. We'll be right back.
Not into what your partner likes. Don't fake it. Be slick.
Recently, outside of my house, I had a bunch of crows. 20, 30 crows, all in one tree. Just cawing nonstop for about 2 days straight. Just like, caw, 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 caw. Just day and night, nonstop, shaking the tree all at once. So finally I called animal control and I was like, hey, what the hell is going on with these birds? They said it's baby crow season. They're cawing at the baby crows until they learn to fly, and that can last up to 5 days. And I was like, what? That's the crow flight training program? That's how you teach the gift of flight? Just fly, 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 for 5 days. And it works. 5 days they were gone. Try it at home on your kids. Taking it too far with cows. We kill them, we eat them, we wear them. That's on par with most animals. But with cows, we also eat veal, which are their children. Then we drink their milk. Doesn't sound as bad, but it's the milk intended for their children we ate. We eat their babies, and then we eat their babies' food. With cookies. Dunkin' cookies in there. Just a midnight snack. But then, on top of all of that, we take pictures of our missing children.
Put on the milk carton.
Put it on the milk. Hey, sorry for killing your kid. Haven't seen my kid, though. Have you? Really worried about my kid. Your kid's dead. Ate him. Washed him down with his own food. Keep a lookout for my kid.
Damn.
Turned 30 recently. Still can't figure out how to turn off ceiling fans. Can't do it. Go up to a ceiling fan, it's just like, You ever start listening for the noise? Like, They had to manually stop it. It's like, Damn it. You come over to my house in the middle of winter, all the ceiling fans are on. It's like, hey man, can you turn off your ceiling fans? No, I can't, actually. That's why I brought you over. 3 clicks, 7, I don't know. I don't understand why refrigerator door ice machines are so loud. It's so embarrassing to cool your drink at someone else's house. Everyone's in the living room watching a movie, you go in the kitchen, it's just like... One ice cube, just one ice cube. That needs like 3 or 4 more. Finally, just give up. You just open the freezer. There's just an already made pile of ice in there. What the hell's the noise? I thought I was at least making the ice. What's happening in there? Just a tiny robot just kicking around ice. Just slide it down the tube. Found out there's people that don't believe in dinosaurs. They think that the devil put dinosaur bones in the earth to trick us. Which is the lamest, nerdiest devil ever. He's just some science fiction nerd devil like, hey Lucifer, what's on the agenda for tonight? Famine, plague, genocide? No. Actually a much more diabolical scheme. I've created a prehistoric reptilian species. I'm gonna take their bones and bury them deep down in the earth as to suggest an alternate timeline than in the Bible. And then we'll hope that one day someone comes along, digs them up, and questions God's existence. Huh? And if that doesn't work, we still have the gays.
Hey, thanks for watching. Be sure to click subscribe to see even more great Conan clips. You may now return to your pirated movies and creepy Japanese pornography.
Japanese porn is not creepy.
Winter, when the migration moves to new lands.
Sweet lovely muskrat, that's hot.
Good morning, bro.
Same reaction. They don't want to give you the cat. Want to put the cat on top of you. Oh, not my cat. My cat's different. It's like a dog. Pat him, pat him, pat him. That's not how you treat a phobia. If you come over to my house, you tell me you're claustrophobic, I don't try to shove you in a closet. Oh, not my closet. My closet's different. It's like a field. Get in, get in. Is it like a field in there? Just don't trust cats. Can't read their emotions like you can dogs. Like if you go to someone else's house and they have a dog, you know right away if they like you or not. They're like, if they don't like you, they tell you, hey, you, get out of here. Like, thank you, dog, I'll be outside. If they like you, they're a great host. You go to someone else's house, they have a dog, is the first one to greet you. You're like, hey, how's it going? I'm a dog, that's right, come on, come on, come on. You can pat me, I'm a dog, sit on the couch, sit on the couch. He just starts running in and out of the room, he's so excited. He's not bringing anything back. He's just, oh my God, we got visitors. He's like, yeah, he's still here. I'll be right back. There's a guy here. But if you go to someone else's house and they have a cat, cat doesn't greet you. You walk in the house, the cat just lurks around in the background for a while. Who's this guy? I'll go to my room.
Feel confident in your friendship
with Ahmed Barucha. Keep it going for Ahmed.
Thanks, guys. Keep it going for Adam Devine. Gay marriage is still illegal. We get a boo for that. Boo. Boo. You're gay. Gotcha. That's how Hitler did it. You better watch out. And on guard. It's crazy to outlaw marriage. Marriage is a happy thing. You shouldn't be able to vote on someone else's happiness. These people don't know these gay people. They're not going to know them. They're not going to be their friends. They have control over their lives. That's not fair. That's like if you went to a restaurant and you're like, waiter, all the cake? And then the guy at the table next to you is like, waiter, cancel that cake. I was gonna have the cake. Oh, I don't like cake. No. Yeah, but I was gonna have the cake over here by myself. I don't want anyone to have cake. Why? What's wrong with cake? God hates cake. You just made that up. My kids are here. If they see you eating cake, then they're gonna want to have cake too. You can go home and eat cake in private. Would we prefer if you didn't call it cake? Maybe a civil muffin? I've titled that joke, Have Your Gay and Eat It Too. I feel like God had kids too early. You know, like if you look at Earth, he was clearly like a baby God when he made Earth. For the first few million years, he was just obsessed with dinosaurs. He was like, oh, this is a T-Rex. This one has a long neck and eats leaves. Then he hit puberty and was like, screw dinosaurs. I hate dinosaurs. I never liked dinosaurs. Ice Age, I'll be in my room listening to music. But then he had Adam and Eve. He was clearly like a teenage god, right? Didn't take on any responsibility. He was just like, listen, guys, just stay right here and don't touch my stuff. And then he just left. He's like, he comes back and they touch his stuff and he's like, no, what are you doing? Get the hell out, get out. He kicks them out after one strike, go live with your mother, right? Then at one point, he just drowns everybody. That's the #1 worst thing you can do as a parent. That's like how you get in the news for being a bad parent. Then he tries to make up for it by giving us a rainbow. Just like, hey, sorry for murdering everyone. Here's some colors you can't touch. And then he never talked to us again. Walked out, never been back, hasn't even sent a postcard, at most a potato chip with his picture on it. Oh, thanks, Dad, we'll never eat it. I'm so hungry. Recently at my house, I had a bunch of crows outside in one tree cawing nonstop for about 2 days straight. Just like, finally we called animal control and we're like, hey, what the hell is wrong with these birds? They were like, it's baby crow season. They're cawing after baby crows until they fly, and that can last up to 5 days. I was like, what? That's the crow flight training program? Just fly, 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 and it works. Hey, you guys are great. Thank you very much. My uncle on my Pakistani side, he doesn't like hearing bad things about Pakistan, so he doesn't like hearing a lot of things.
This guy doesn't have a lot of jokes.
That's sad.
We need more jokes.
willing to hear me what your biggest problem is. You think you shouldn't have them.
Oftentimes on this show, we have very positive coverage when it comes to marijuana legalization. So a few of our viewers were concerned when a new study came up indicating that cannabis use could have some negative consequences, okay? And I think it's only fair that we cover that story as well. Now, this is regarding a 20-year study that was published in the scientific journal Addiction. And the reason why this is a very relevant study is because obviously it's a long-term study. It started in the early 1990s. And what they wanted to look at is whether or not there's been any type of changes in the type of marijuana and whether or not it has negative or adverse health consequences for people who smoke it regularly. Now, first of all, let me note that the majority of studies that were done on marijuana that were credible happened in the 1970s. And two things have changed since then. Okay, so I'm going to tell you those two things. Recreational cannabis use has become almost as common as tobacco use among adolescents and young adults, which means there are simply more weed smokers to study. So that's relevant. And also, today's weed is about 4 times as strong as it was 30 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That doesn't surprise me.
Well, you know, a lot of people say like, oh, I remember the good stuff back in the day. You know, like, I guess they have nostalgia for the good times they had in the past. Well, it turns out, no, the good stuff's today.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't have much experience in it, so I'm sure some experts would know better as to what the good shit is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have much experience in either from the 70s, so I can't really tell. But anyway, so what's interesting is, you know, some people have emailed this story in and they're like, see what it says? Marijuana's bad. But actually, the study hasn't told me anything that we didn't already know. Let me break it down. So the research still shows that you can't overdose on cannabis. In 1993, the evidence indicated that the risk of a fatal overdose from using cannabis was extremely small. That's still true. The amount of marijuana required to trigger an overdose is somewhere between 15 and 70 grams, which is a far greater amount of cannabis that even a very heavy cannabis user could use in a day. Okay, so we already knew that. You can't overdose from marijuana. That's the positive finding from this 20-year study.
Okay, so far I haven't seen the downside at all. We got better weed today. Okay.
Well, okay, so the downside, again, is something that we already knew, all right? A meta-analysis found that recent cannabis use, indicated by THC in blood or self-reported cannabis use, doubled the risk of a car crash. Basically, if you're smoking weed and getting behind the wheel, it's a really bad idea.
Who didn't know that?
We already knew that.
Okay, all right. Okay. Wow, you got him.
So here's the, I guess, relevant finding that I think is important, and we have talked about this on the show before. They talked about whether or not marijuana is addictive, okay? So there's a difference between dependence and a chemical addiction. Marijuana is not something that you'll get a chemical addiction from, but if you're smoking it every day, it could happen that you become dependent on it. So the study says 1 in 6 people who start using cannabis regularly in adolescence develops a dependency, compared with around 1 in 10 who start using it as adults, okay? And then they also talked a little bit about what marijuana could do to your IQ if you start smoking it at a younger age.
Higher, right? Higher. I would guess higher. No?
Again, this is something that we talked about. If you're young, if you're an adolescent smoking marijuana, it could have negative impacts on your learning skills, or your learning abilities, I should say. Increasingly sophisticated studies since 1993 have consistently found deficits in verbal learning, memory, and attention in regular cannabis users. These effects on IQ were found only in the small proportion of cannabis users who initiated in adolescence and persisted in daily use throughout their 20s and into their 30s.
Yeah, those are known as potheads. Okay. All right, so look, it does it have some downsides? Come on, dudes.
Yeah.
Of course, right? So you shouldn't drive with it. It's not a good idea. Normally, we've seen a lot of anecdotal stories about how the pot drivers are driving too slow, not too fast. They're like, dude, how fast was I going? 75, 90, no, 15, you were going 15, right? But that's still dangerous, right?
Yes,
it's still a bad idea. And, you know, I'm not convinced that it's not going to lead to cancer, right? In terms of if you over smoke it.
Lung cancer,
Lung cancer, right? And so But the rest of the nonsense with the tobacco is now as much as tobacco because people are smoking less tobacco. And they're smoking more weed, and if the weed isn't bad for you, then who cares if they're smoking more of it, right?
And regardless of what the findings of that study would be, right, it's not going to change my ideology on drug policy. I want to legalize everything, right? And the reason why I want to legalize it is because I want people who use drugs, or abuse drugs, I should say, to get rehabilitated. I don't want to criminalize them, okay? So for those who send me that story and they're like, see? No, the war on drugs has been a complete and utter failure. This is not enough evidence for me to change my mind. I'm in favor of legalizing heroin.
Yeah.
Again, because I want to help these people who use it, not because I want to do it, and not because I think it's a good idea for someone to do it.
Yeah. You see, where they legalize it, the rates, usage rates go down. They don't go up. Okay, so get your facts straight. And to give you a sense of what a dork I am, when I was younger, the reason a lot of people think I didn't drink because they're like, oh, religious beliefs or something. No. I had read a study that when I was a kid, high school some point, that alcohol lowers your IQ if you drink too much alcohol. So I was like, oh my God, I don't want to touch my precious IQ. So that's why I didn't drink, and I didn't smoke pot.
Yeah.
So if you say, hey, don't have your kids do any of that stuff till they're older, 18, whatever, right? Good luck, first of all. But great, no problem, right? But you're gonna occasionally smoke pot when you're an adult? Have at it, Hoss. All these studies don't show enough of a downside to even make a dent. And there's all those studies that show actually an upside.
Yeah.
Plus, you get high. Like, people always discount that, like it's no big deal. Like that, we shouldn't take that into account, okay? But that's why we do it, to get high. Of course you should take that into account. It's okay to have a good time.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem. Like, California legalized recreational marijuana, and
Sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't.
No,
he doesn't want it.
Yeah.
He literally is on record saying that good people don't smoke marijuana.
Yeah.
What about drink scotch?
There you
Do good
go.
people drink scotch?
Yeah.
What about cigars? Do good people smoke cigars, Jeff? How's that work?
And I think that's if you look at it, I think young people know what side of history they want to be on. Like, we all know it's going to be legalized.
Yeah.
We all know it's going to be there. It's going to be, like, say, 3 years, maybe 5 years. And then all this shit, all those people in jail don't have to be in jail. All this money, all this tax money could go in. Look at what happened in Colorado. All the cartels, all this stuff. It's just, like, it's going to happen. So anybody who comes along and says, nope, fuck that, you're like, well, you're on the wrong side of history, brother.
Well, he's left it up to what Trump has said is that he's going to leave it up to the states. So if he leaves it up to the states, it's just going to go across the country, and then what are they going to do federally? Once it becomes state legal everywhere, and then the federal government still says it's illegal, what do they do then? I mean, do they change then? Because
they
the
have to
DEA
change a
have
lot
the
because of the
opportunity.
money. They have to change a lot because in Colorado, it's legal, but you can't, bank it.
Yeah, it's a fucking mess.
It's a mess. They have armored cars and guys with guns.
I know a
and
lot of
cash
guys who are former SEALs, and guys who work for Blackwater, and now they're fucking holding guns at weed shops because they got $1 million in cash in the back.
Which is bad enough with one state, but when it's 20 states,
Yeah.
you got like
Not only that, I mean,
private
how many
armies.
fucking places in that state? Think about one state. How many mercs do you have running around in
grow
those places?
houses and the
grow
banking,
houses.
and it all has to be cash
You
business.
have to grow your own shit in Colorado too.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. You're not buying it from somebody. You have to grow it if you're selling it. So the whole they're creating a dangerous situation, and people have already been robbed.
Correct.
And the whole thing, to me, it was really disappointing when the DEA didn't change the classification from Schedule 1 in August. Like they had the opportunity.
Yeah.
All the evidence was there. They know the evidence is there, and they fucking lied about it.
Yeah.
And this is under Obama.
Also, the problem with that is because it's Schedule 1, you can't do research on cancer, all of the CBD stuff that that's coming out now.
Where it's not psychoactive,
Correct.
which is so important.
Correct.
For people who have issues like arthritis, and I had Joe Valtellini here, who's a former kickboxing champion. He's a commentator now for Glory. He told me that he was locked in a room after one of his concussions from his last fight, locked in a room in the dark for 3 weeks because you couldn't even see the light on the power button on a cell
get a
phone
migraine.
to charge a cell phone, like the little red light where it shows you that would give him a headache. And so CBD oil cured him of that. And it's currently illegal.
And that's the thing is, again, what side of history do you be on? Like, we know all of this stuff. We know where it's going.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are we slowing down now?
Well, it's a bunch of old people. That's really what it is.
So.
It's a bunch of old people who don't get high, and and they're scared of it. And instead of looking at it pragmatically, objectively, looking at the science, they're looking at it like some goddamn 1950s episode of Dragnet.
Exactly.
Joe Friday's coming in. Pot is for losers.
It's frustrating.
Are you a loser, Mickey? It's like that's really what's going on. It's very strange.
Yeah. Yeah, we did this story. The Kings of Cannabis. These guys. They're like the seed hunters. They fly around the world and they find like the best seed strains.
No.
And then they go back to Holland and they make they won the Cannabis Cup like 6-8 years in a row. They did White Widow.
Let me tell you something about the Cannabis Cup real quick. I was one of the fucking judges.
Oh, there you go.
Cannabis
Well,
Cup.
these guys are 2 Dutch guys.
I don't know these guys.
No.
I only did it once. I'll never do it again. It's a farce. Okay, this is what they give you. They give you. You know how those old ladies that take pills, like if you're like someone has to take your arthritis medication and you have like 7 days, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, those little things. They give you one of those. Each one of those things has weed, and you just start fucking smoking.
And
you're
don't know which
off to
one's
the
which.
races. You have no idea. After the first couple of hits, you're on Pluto.
This one's great.
And you're just fucking hammering it, and then everybody's talking in this like ridiculous jargon. They're like, "Oh, this is really tasty." They're a fucking super annoying and stinky, and they're talking about the cannabis community. I had this weird conversation with this one dude.
Who won when you
Who the
judged?
fuck knows? I don't even know who I voted for. I have no idea. I was so high afterwards. I was having out-of-body experiences because people were giving me cookies and candies. It was one of, if not the highest, one of the highest I've ever been in my life. Maybe the highest. Because we were at this place on Melrose. It was a head shop, and in the back they had this pop thing, and it was just filled with fucking people, and there's no ventilation, just filled with pot smoke. And
this is in Amsterdam?
This is in Los Angeles.
Oh, Los Angeles.
Yeah, they did it in L.A.
Oh, shit.
And they're passing around bongs and pipes and cookies and cakes, and they had security there to make sure no one would come, and they had it all blocked off. And they did a smart job, like the way they handled it. But as far as like actually judging what's the best pot, get the fuck out of here. No one has any idea. It's like giving you 7 glasses of whiskey and then telling you to drink some wine. What wine do you like, Shane? You're like,
That's generally how it is.
yeah, exactly. That's how most of our podcasts are. Yeah, man, I judged it, and it was. I don't remember what I judged. I don't remember what the pot was like. I was a poor judge, and everybody else is a poor judge too. But I'm being honest about it. It's a joke.
There you go.
If you wanted to judge you wanted to have a real Cannabis Cup, you would give someone a strain for a week, and then give them another strain for a week, and make them keep a journal, and then make them send in that journal. Like, this is my experience on this. This is how much I smoked. This is what it felt like. Body high, head high.
Or
blah,
if
blah,
it's
blah.
too fucking strong, some of that shit is like acid.
Yeah.
You like that?
That's my stuff. Yeah, it's getting to a strange place now for sure. Because what's interesting to me is when people who don't smoke it, then I get to see, because our tolerance is so high, because we smoke it. I smoke it almost every day. At least 5 days a week I probably smoke weed. So when I see people that try it for the first time, and you see that,
this is why I fuck with Joe Rogan.
They're confronted with their own mortality, and they feel the earth spinning, and they're like, Jesus.
I've got a question for you, Mr. Smoker.
Okay.
Because my problem is I'm an ex-smoker, not an ex-weed smoker. I'm a current weed smoker. I'm an ex-smoker.
Right.
And so smoking always makes me want to smoke cigarettes. A. B. So I do like, they have all the different things now. The one I like is this high CBD sort of, but it gets this high still, the honey.
Oh yeah.
And it's fucking awesome.
Whatever you need, I can get.
Okay, but the thing is, but I got a question, because I was thinking about this the other day, because I'm like reading all about how it stops cancer. This is great for this and great for that and all this other stuff. So I'm like, fuck yeah. But isn't smoking it still bad for you?
No, apparently not. And that,
Who's
it
saying
actually,
that,
scientists,
Right.
it actually acts as an expectorant on your lungs. It's
Yeah.
actually good for people that have emphysema. It's actually good for people that have issues with their lungs, which is really strange.
Really strange.
Asthma, really good for asthma.
If you're
Dilates the
smoking
lungs.
weed.
Yeah, crazy. Doesn't seem to make sense.
No.
Much better though, because smoking is still kind of harsh, but the effect of the cannabis smoke is not toxic the same way cigarette smoke is. And one of the reasons why cigarette smoke is toxic is not just the tobacco, which is toxic. 599 fucking chemicals or whatever the hell it is now. Marijuana users have good lungs for transplanting. So if you get high, walk off a building. Whoops, man. Yeah, your lungs are good. But you don't have to smoke it. Here's what I'm down with. These fucking things that I got charging right here. These vape pens. Some of them suck. Because some of them, the ones that look like an e-cigarette, those suck. They don't have enough juice. They're not powerful enough. You want one that has a really good pull.
There we go. That's good.
Because these get you high.
Right.
Like getting high.
Right.
Whereas the other ones, you got to keep hitting them over and over and over and over again to get high.
Right.
These motherfuckers get hot because that battery's fat. See how fat that battery is? It's
Yeah.
much fatter. The other ones, when you get the ones that are skinny like this, the other problem with the ones that are skinny is you get a lot of duds.
Right.
Like they're making a lot of them in China. Sorry, China. But a lot of them suck, man. Like my friend Gino, who sells me everything, he gave me 4 pens, and 3 of them were duds.
Really?
3 out of fucking 4 were duds. They just didn't work.
If it was all legal, then
Exactly. Quality control.
Quality control.
Yeah. Well, they were packaged. See, the whole deal is they're packaged already, and when you're getting these ones that are pre-packaged, like you throw them away when they're done. It's very wasteful. So this, you just get this little cartridge, you slide the cartridge into this big fat battery thing, and bam!
You're there.
Off to the races! Want some?
No.
Scared?
No.
I'm scared.
Scared?
It's
being a good boy.
It's a good time, man. It's a good time for that. And it's a good time for people to do, well, the problem is federal research is still impossible. You know, doing real hardcore research on, large-scale research nationwide.
And we should be going, anything that shows some promise re-cancer, we should be going whole hog after, and the fact that we're not is just ridiculous.
I'm worried that he has Trump has such incredible connections to money, and that all the good parts that's going to come from that, like his no-nonsense approach to infrastructure, wanting to rebuild a lot of things, put a lot of people to work because of that, and a lot of people benefit from that. What scares me is that money connection with the pharmaceutical companies, who have just gone way, way out of their way to just try to stifle marijuana research at every possible turn, and legalization at every possible turn. And it's just criminal. What they do is awful. Because when you make something illegal, it's not just making something illegal, which is why I had to like drill this into the head of a friend of mine who is pro-Hillary. And, he's asking me why I'm upset with her. And I said, look, dude, there's a fucking email that was leaked, the WikiLeaks email, that said she's against marijuana in every sense of the word. This was she was making a promise to some organization. I don't remember who it was. But they were asking her, what is her stance on marijuana? She's against it in every sense of the word. How could you be? That's like saying I'm against peanut butter in every sense of the word. Like, what are you, a monster?
Yeah.
You want people to go to jail for peanut butter?
Yeah.
Like, the problem is, it's not just that you don't like it, which I'm fine with. The problem is, you could make people get locked in a cage.
Sure.
That's a crime. It's a crime. We know this is innocuous. Like, I just hit it. We're having a conversation. There's no problems. This is not some devil weed. It's not going to ruin lives. I pay taxes. I have a family. Everything's fine. Wake up when the alarm goes off. So we've been fed bullshit. And when someone who's in the position of running for president, like Hillary, says something crazy like that, she's against marijuana legalization in every sense of the word, that means people are going to go to jail. That means people are going to get shot. That means more Mexican drug gangs are going to ship more illegal product over here. The more
research is being done.
No research is being done. People are going to die from cancer that don't have to die. People are going to get diseases they don't have to get.
But this is my problem. Because again, it's what side of history do you want to be on? And I think that most people who grew up the way we did it, or sane people, are just saying, what the fuck?
Exactly.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Exactly.
Come on.
When I first started smoking, I was a late bloomer on weed. I was 21 when I started smoking.
I was 30.
Yeah, you were late. And it took me a month. Like I was ignorant to the whole idea of just having to learn how to smoke, to take smoke into my lungs. Right. You know, it didn't even dawn on me. I would just be like, oh, I'll just take it in. I won't cough or anything. So it took like a month before I got high. And the first time I got high, I remember freaking the fuck out. And I was trying to talk myself through it, like, it's a plant. You can't overdose unless you smoke your body weight. At least I heard that one time. I don't know if that's true. Even a newborn preemie can't do it. I'm saying this shit to myself, but I kept asking questions out loud, like, you guys hear my heart beating? Can you hear? I was so scared. I was like, I'm dying, and no one's even taking me to the hospital. It's kind of fucked up, guys. They were like, shut the fuck up, go downstairs, dude. You're brand new.
My stepdad smoked weed, and we stole it once when I was in high school. And me and my girlfriend and my friend Josh smoked pot over my girlfriend's house. And we were 16? I think I was 16, my girlfriend was 15. And we got so high that we would wake up in the kitchen and then wake up in the living room. Like we'd be missing time. We'd be missing spots. Like, how did we get here? Like, I'll never forget that. Like, when you're 16, you don't really get paranoid because you're not worried too much about stuff. You're too stupid. Your brain hasn't fully formed yet.
That's right.
You know? And I didn't really understand pot. I have no idea how much we smoked. We just kept smoking it. You know, when you're 16, you don't know to stop. You just keep smoking. And I just remember, like, my whole body was tingling, and we were, like, lying on the couch together, and we, like, couldn't move. We're like, oh, my God, I can't move. Then all of a sudden, we were in the kitchen, standing in front of the refrigerator. I'm like, how did we get here? How did we get here? Yeah, we're gone. We were too high. We just didn't know we had no idea what was happening. That's the one thing that's cool about getting people high that don't get high, is you get to see that overwhelming rush where they don't really know what this is or what to do.
Right.
Like Chris McGuire, I got him high once. You know Chris?
No.
Stand-up comic, funny guy. He produces a bunch of TV shows now. He produces, I think he's the executive producer of that Snoop Dogg and the show with Martha Stewart.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Anyway, got him high, and he's like, I think there's something else in this body. I think there's something else in it. No, it's just, that's what pot's like today. He's like, no. This isn't pot. This isn't pot. This is more than pot. I'm like, no, this is pot. This is what pot is now. Pot is now a different thing. It's like, you go back to some pot from the 1960s, those hippies, they didn't know what the fuck they were smoking. They were smoking bullshit.
Yeah.
This pot today is scientifically organized.
Scientifically organized.
He's in his 80s. He's got stage 4 cancer. He's on his way out, and he's not eating at all. It's a couple weeks now. He hasn't had a bite to eat in like 2 weeks. And my cousin takes care of him, and he's like, I'm thinking about giving him weed. I'm like, give him weed. Give it to him. He's fucking 80, couple years old. He's got stage 4. What does it matter at this point? Like heroin. Give whatever the fuck he wants to put him at rest. He's like, I think I'm going to give him weed. I'm like, let him smoke some. He used to smoke a pipe. Let him smoke a little bit. So he goes down, and he gives him some weed, and he smokes it. And he's like, I'm just going to stay here with you for a few hours. And a few hours go by. He's like, how do you feel? He's like, I don't really feel anything, but I'm tired. I think I'm going to go to bed. And the next day, my cousin goes back to see him with some more weed. And he's like, how was last night? He goes, I didn't feel weird. He goes, but I slept like a baby. And he's like, all right, good. Let's try this again. Day 2, not eating after almost 2 weeks, nothing. Smokes weed, and he's sitting with him for a couple hours. He's like, how do you feel? He goes, I think I can eat. And he ate a fucking plate of spaghetti and meatballs, heavy-ass meatballs, boom, on day 2 from smoking marijuana. Wow. And I was like, because Maryland's way behind. I think they finally just have their first and only legal dispensary, and he's the prime candidate for that shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, go get him a prescription now and just let him smoke himself on the way out.
That's one of the saddest things about it being illegal and stigmatized for so long. There's so many people with diseases and arthritis, inflammation, all sorts of problems that have just been just told that they can't, they can't have this one thing that's going to give them relief. Yeah. It's not hurting anybody. It's just a plant.
I got some CBD cream on my back right now. Fucking works. It's phenomenal.
That stuff's amazing.
I can't even get over it.
No side effects.
I'm new to the CBD side of it, and I'm just like, man, it really fucking works.
Dude, I carry this shit with me everywhere. Right in the fanny pack. I got this Liberty lotion. This stuff right here. That. Oh yeah, I love that stuff. I started using it when I had some tendonitis. I've healed it since, but I had some tendonitis on my elbow. When I started using that, I was like, oh.
How many times a week?
Whenever. You can use it whenever. It doesn't hurt.
And the next day you feel, or how pretty quick you feel?
Real quick.
I feel this pretty quickly. Yeah.
I had a bit of a pulled muscle on the outside of my hip. It was real stiff and it was bothering me. I put some of that shit on before I went to bed. I woke up in the morning and I was like, what, did it go away? It was weird. I went to bed with it. It was aching. And I woke up in the morning, nothing.
Yeah, it's
just slather that stuff all up on there. It just reduces inflammation.
I'm going to write that one down.
And here's the thing, is one of my sponsors. Like, here, you can have that one.
Thank you.
You can have that. And here's the thing, sore joints and, you know, problems with muscles, that stuff's amazing. It just loosens you up. And it doesn't hurt you, it doesn't fuck you up, it doesn't get you high. You feel exactly the same. And some people would take it orally. I take it orally occasionally, but most of the time I just rub it on like any part that's sore. But when you take it orally, like people, they find it relieves anxiety, it helps them relax, and it doesn't fuck you up. Like you can drive, it's not like you're high, you're paranoid. It just chills you out a little bit, just calms you down.
I just got a CBD vape pen. I've tried the vape, so the vape pens don't work well for me, the marijuana ones. Plant works well for my system. Even edibles don't really. I took 2 stars of death in front of Joey Diaz, didn't do a thing. He goes, it's a shame you don't do anything to you.
This fucking guy, he doesn't get high on
It's
them.
weird.
Jamie has one of those weird bodies where he can eat like, what's the most amount of edibles you've ever eaten?
1,300 milligrams.
Jesus, see, here's what I feel like. I feel like I would have to figure out what that number is, go past that point, and then dial it back from there, and I don't really want to go past that fucking point. You know, 1,300 is insane.
I was trying to test to see what it took to...
But that's when you felt it?
I don't know that I did. I'm sure I did a little bit, obviously. I had to have. Like, I did it again. I took 1,000 and played video games, and like 5 hours in, it was really tough to play games. I was just like, I didn't care. I didn't want to sit there anymore. So it's hard to keep my attention on it. So it obviously worked at some point,
Right.
but it wasn't I wasn't freaking out or anything like these
Man,
people described.
I can't take more than 100. I go into the hundreds and I start getting weirded out. Like I'm a 25 to 50 milligram guy because it gives me like a little high, just get a little high and I'm fine. Unless I want to go into the tank, I'll take 100 and go in the tank. But when I get in there, I'm like, oh, just let me lie down and just let me lie down. And I literally start thinking about things I did when I was 14. Like, why did I say that? Why did I do that? Like, hey man, forgive yourself. You were 14.
Stop beating yourself up, bro. You're 14.
But I literally will think about stupid shit that I did when I was a little kid. It forces you to examine anything in your life that you might have pushed aside.
Yeah.
Like you have to come to grips and make restitution and figure out what the fuck you did that for and why did you have those thoughts and why did you behave that way and you know how are you different now and how have you grown past that. That's the thing about marijuana, that it's a really highlight. There's a lot of it. People say it makes you paranoid, and it certainly does. But I think a lot of what that is just making you aware of things you're trying to not think about. It's convenient for you in normal life to not think about those things. But as soon as you get high, marijuana's like, hey, there's some shit that's bothering you, and you're not even thinking about it. Hey, come with me. We're going to the back of your head, and I'm going to shine a light on this.
Yeah.
Look at all this stuff. What are you going to do with that?
Let's address this, motherfucker.
How about you clean this shit up?
Yeah. Those pens, do you like them? Have you tried them?
I have. I'm not a fan. I occasionally will use a pen, but I prefer smoking joints.
Yep.
That's what I like.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So when from time to time I'll clean out my place. I believe in just getting cluttered. It opens up so many different avenues to bring other things in. So instead of just throwing it all away, I make a game out of it. So I go out to the Pasadena Rose Bowl and I just sell my shit. I just sit there in a parking space and a half by myself and I fucking sell garbage. And my goal every time is to sell everything. Whatever I don't sell, I swing by Goodwill, I donate it, and then I'm out of there.
How much have you made doing that?
Well, I would average $350, which is a solid 4 or 5 hour day out there having fun, just yelling at people, watching the goofs. Because you see it's interesting. It's a weird social experiment because you see the people that are addicts to whatever it is, shoes, belts, leather, whatever. Then you see people who are addicted to the sale. Oh, that's just too good to pass up. I don't need that fucking iron, but it's 50 cents. I'm buying that motherfucker. You know what I mean? And you're like, wow. So you're like, oh, okay, you really you want all my leather goods. You know, they'll come running to you for musical instruments and jeans. That's the first wave of people. They're sprinting through. You have jeans, you have musical instruments. So I just take shit. My average was $300. I was my daughter's mother, and I was like, I'm just gonna sell all her shit. And she's like, you're not gonna make a lot of money. And I'm like, I'll make at least $350. It's a fun day. Throw it towards some baby stuff, you know. So I go out, and you got to get out there before the sun's up, you know. And you've got all kinds of people out there. They're praying to Mecca before the sun comes up and shit. You're like, wow, this is a whole universe of different fucking people. Not only the sellers, the buyers.
And this is the Rose Bowl?
It's the Rose Bowl. It's the second Sunday of every month, yeah.
What do they call it?
The Pasadena Flea Market, and it's at the Rose Bowl.
Do you have to have a license?
You buy a permit, and basically your space is a parking space and a half. That's all you get. It's narrow, so people are right on top of you. So I pull the truck in, and then I just set everything up behind it so I can chill in the truck. And I just put blankets down. I'm like, $5 blanket! I just start yelling everything like, got books, got CDs. People still buy cassettes.
When are you doing this again?
I'm ready to do it now. I got so much to go.
Yeah, I want to watch.
It's so much fucking fun. So I get out in the lane and also play a game too. Like a friend of mine, he would go once in a while, and I'm like, all right, let's pick the fucking item you should never be able to sell, but our goal is you got to fucking sell it. I had a VHS self-prostate exam, a VHS cassette, and I was like, I'm gonna sell this. He's like, you're definitely not gonna sell that today. And I packaged it with a little rollaway, and I was like, by the way, this is a hilarious Father's Day prank. She's like, that's great, how much? I was like, bought it, boom. But I just get out there and I yell, you know, because I sold a leather jacket, a nice one, and this guy came sprinting over, do you have any more leather goods? I'm like, no, I just had one leather jacket. And I'm like, I'm out there like, so my whole thing is I set it all up. And I don't bring plant because you can smell that a mile away. So I bring these little, you know, I brought this vape pen. And I'm hitting the fucking thing, and I'm hitting the thing, and I'm all set up now. I got a $10 table, a $5 blanket and shit. And whatever doesn't sell by about 11:30 noon, now it's a $2 blanket. Now it's a $1 blanket. Everything's, and it's $1, everything's $1. Who you bullshitting? And they come running over. And they'll buy books. I'm like, can I get 4 of these for $1? I'm like, yup. So I'm hitting this vape pen, and I start to feel this weird sensation in my chest, and it spreads to my arms, and it's almost like I'm almost powerless. I can't raise my arms. And I see the circle start to close, and I'm like, oh no, I'm by myself. I'm like, there's no fucking way. Breathe through this shit. And I'm just like, don't pass out, don't pass. And I've never passed out, but that circle was fucking closing. Whoa. And I caught myself, and I was able to keep with it. And I was texting, you know, my daughter's mom, like, some shit, you know, it's fucking 6 a.m. She's just dead asleep. Like, if you don't hear from me in 30 minutes, you know, I'm just texting weird shit. So I get back to myself, and I start selling shit. And by the end of that day, I fucking sold the table I brought to bring the shit on. I went home with nothing. And I get home, and she's like, how'd you do? And I go, not as good as I thought I would, because I thought I'd make $350. So they start telling me that everybody in the apartment complex had bets against me of what I would make. And I was like, what was the top? They're like, 150. I fucking threw $650 on that table. I was like, that's a good motherfucking day out at the Rose Bowl.
Wow.
P.S. I almost died. So I tell my friend about that, he grows marijuana. He smokes from the time he gets up to the time he goes to bed. And I was like, I'm hitting one of these pens this weekend at the thing. He goes, let me tell you how that ends. I go, what do you mean? He goes, I hit one this weekend at a wedding. Same fucking thing. He went into a seizure. They took him to a hospital from the wedding.
All these people
seizuring. And I'm like, what? He said for a good 15 minutes when they were like, you're at the hospital, he didn't know what a hospital was. He was like, he said it took him a minute to come back to himself. And I just recently tried a new one again. I was like, let me just try it like an idiot. But for like a good 2 weeks, I had that feeling of like I didn't have my strength. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't.
Really?
Yeah, it was so weird all across this.
You think it's all the vape pen? Like, what is in the vape pen? What is in that stuff? Because there's a bunch of oils and stuff that they use to make
there was
that.
Wax. Like, that's what they all tell you. We can't tell you. I did Todd Glass's podcast a while ago, and I was like, dude, you've had a heart attack. You shouldn't be smoking those pens. And as I'm telling him that story, his producer's got this look in his eye. I can tell. He's like, dude.
When did Todd have a heart attack?
So a little while ago, a few years back.
I didn't know.
Yeah, young. And his producer was like, step by step, what you're saying to me happened to me. And Todd Glass took him. Threw that shit over his shoulder. I was like, dude, get rid of that thing.
Well, yeah, just regular weed's good.
That's it. Plant.
Stop playing around.
You don't need anything else.
Yeah, the people are always giving me stuff, and I was like, look, I just like joints, and sometimes I like blunts. This is the latest thing with tobacco on the outside. Yeah.
See, I don't like that.
I like it.
The thing I never liked about the blunts was I really liked the taste of weed, and that old Phillies, like that wrapper, it dominates the flavor.
Right.
It's like cilantro. You know what I mean? You don't taste anything but that. Yeah, yeah.
Gino
I
from
love
LA
Gino.
Speedweed.
Yeah.
He's got the shit, and that stuff is this stuff. It's got some sort of a nice tobacco leaf outside, but powerful weed inside. You just gotta be careful of how many hits you take.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, that fucking looks.
But it gives you like a little elevated thing too. Like I had Charlie Murphy was always into them, and that's how I first got introduced to blunts. I was hanging out with Charlie. We did a tour together, and we would get high together. Charlie was always rolling blunts. I was like, all right, I'll try it. And I tried it. I was like, wow, this is interesting. I'm like, it's different. It's like, it's different, right? I go, it's different. It's like it's weed, but it's also something else. You know, it's got a little extra kick. But yeah. This pen thing, and it's just people are always trying to find new ways to get fucked up. Like there's enough ways; they're already established.
Yeah, it's the joints are the best. I mean, I was telling you about those doctors when we were talking before the show, and the thing he said about smoking a bowl is just the only thing you have to worry about is the butane you're sucking in from the lighter.
True.
It's not the smoking in glass. Don't put it in like
taste it.
Yeah, you can absolutely. I just saw a lighter the other day at a shop that was alcohol. I'd never seen that before, and I don't know if that's any better for you or not. But it was an alcohol lighter instead of a butane lighter.
I imagine it would be better. But I've used matches before for that very reason, because I could smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's with cigars. Like you're not supposed to light a cigar with a butane lighter. They stink.
Right.
And you're supposed to light it. The real cigar dorks, they'll take a cigar or a lighter rather, and they'll light a piece of cedar, and then they'll use that piece of cedar to light the cigar with.
Right.
So there's no bullshit, no bullshit fumes. They'll take a match, light the cedar, and then take that cedar, light the cigar.
Yeah, I'm not a blunt fan though, but I get it. I've smoked enough of them, but I'm like, I really like the taste. That's why I like joints, because you can taste the weed.
Yeah.
I enjoy the taste of marijuana.
Yeah, I do too. Especially that good California weed.
Yeah.
The stuff we're getting today, it's like, oof.
It's
nuts. Nice. It's nice. We live in a good time.
We do live in a damn
good time for pot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was totally unplanned.
I mean, I have mental illness. I have a cousin who is paranoid schizophrenic, all right? And my dad would tell me about, I don't know how the fucking second removed shit works. He's my father's first cousin, okay? Still alive. Dude smoked a carton of cigarettes in 3 days.
Whoa.
I mean, we have no idea how he's ever a throat fucking left. But he was really fucking, he was a black belt in karate. He was great at lacrosse. He had Hopkins, Syracuse, big schools looking at him. And then he'll tell you, he started doing drugs and he went fucking the Sid Barrett route. He just went off the fucking deep end. And he's permanent disability, diagnosed paranoid schizophrenic. And, we all love him, and he's fucking hilarious. Like, he'll play with it, because sometimes he's on his meds, and you can tell, you're like, oh, you're dialed in right now. He'll start telling family secrets. I'm like, don't listen to him. Like, no. Right now is when you listen to him. I can see it in your eyes. The other times when he's off looking over here, like, you don't know. But we would go, like, he had an apartment, and I would go visit him from time to time, and he had poetry and sayings and stuff written all over the wall. And I'm like, what is this? And he's like, well, at night, when I'm home alone, the doctors come in through my window, they drop liquid acid in my ears, and they knock me out, and then they start taking samples of my body. And after they leave, the love of my life comes, and I can't communicate with her. So this is how I communicate with her. These are there for when she comes in to speak for me. And I'm like, holy
Whoa.
Yeah. So his windows are nailed shut to keep the doctors out. I'm like, how's that work? And he's like, it's not working.
That's what up.
So one day I'm over there, and he's watching TV with the volume all the way down and the radio up. And that's how he's watching this program. And I'm telling you, it started to fucking make sense. I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I gotta get out of here, Gary. I'm out of here on this.
There's a disease that, I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it basically is when people are around schizophrenics for too long, they develop schizophrenia themselves.
Really?
Yeah, there's some people who are sympathetic to it to the point where, God, I want to say it's called allophenia. There's some sort of a disease that occasionally infects people or gets people that visit people in the hospital that are schizophrenic. So someone will come, like family member will come visit you, and they will get diagnosed and they will get admitted themselves.
And they'll actually develop.
They get it. I don't know like to what stage, but apparently it's a potential issue for some people.
Guys getting kind of big. Why we doing the fucking bicep curls this morning?
He's done great. He's never hurt anyone, but he's still, you know.
For curl bar? I did
probably in the 60s, not in any kind of shape. But back then, when he still knew martial arts, he was dangerous.
Man.
I did 20-pound dumbbells, 35-pound dumbbells, and a 60-pound curl bar this morning. My shit's just fucking. Can't pull no skin from that shit, but that's how I like that shit. When that skin get real tight, you can't even pull that fucking skin. A little bit. My shit's sore as fuck though. Well, that was the last of the Mohicans right there. I have no more pot in the house. And my one man is at work and doesn't get off until 6 o'clock. My God, it's only 10:30. What I'm gonna do? What am I gonna do? Sit your little ass down. Be crazy. Boy, I just got another commission. Hey, D, don't hate, bruh. But them guns getting big, boy. You see that slouch? That shit just slouching down. It's the biggest I've ever been in my life, yo. For the past 35 years, I've been like 135, 140. Like, even when I did weight training in my younger days, I could never pass that 140, bro. Like I could not. I just couldn't gain weight. And but I've never in my life taken any kind of supplements at all, ever. But now that I do take a protein shake, and I did take a mass gainer, and a mass gainer is just a lot of calories. Like, it was a shake, and the shake had like 3,000 calories in one shake just to get that weight on there. Gotta plan ahead. I know, man. Shit, I do be trying to plan ahead, man. Motherfuckers don't be keeping shit. Shit, I've been trying to get some before I ran out. Shit, I've been looking for something for 2 days, cause I knew I only had 2 days left. Nobody. Fuck it. But yeah, shit, I'm like 175 now. But then I actually looked out for somebody out of my little stash. Shouldn't have done that. Oh yeah, shit. I can't stop now. Like I say I'm already up in age too, so I figured, hell, from here on out, I'll probably just go hard for like another year. 'Cause I hit the gym like 5 days a week, but I'll probably do that for like another 12 months, and then just cut it down to like 3 days a week, and then just try to maintain that shit. You know what I'm saying? And just stay active, stay fit, keep a gym membership, keep eating healthy. And I might live long enough to be cyberized. A 38 waist? Dang, bro. That motherfucker said he was 217. But how tall are you though? That's the point too, cause my little cousin, well, he ain't little, he's 22, but he got down, he like 210. He 210, but the motherfucker he like 6'2", 6'3". So that shit fit right on him. You know what I'm saying? To me, it looks like he's the perfect weight for his height. You know what I'm saying? About 6'2", 210, big broad shoulders, motherfucker. And he just started getting back into the gym too. His shit started to get defined. Motherfucker looking good. So all you gotta do is keep that shit. A big motherfucker. My nephew the same way, man. My nephew like 16, and he already 6 something. You know what I'm saying? 190 something. Motherfucker, big motherfucker, yo. I wish I had that height, yeah. I got some like. I'm average for my family. Most of the men in my family are about my height. 5'10", 5'11". We don't have a lot of people that pass 6 feet. But the ones who do, jealous as hell of them motherfuckers. I got a couple little cousins, like one of my nephews, a couple motherfuckers 6+. Yeah, 5'11". Yeah. You ain't that far, dude. Shit, 10 pounds? All you gotta do is lose 10 pounds. Yeah, I swear, yo, nobody got shit, yo.
Вставайте. Где вы живете? Где вы живете?
Вот тут, вот.
Пойдемте.
Ой.
Кто это такой?
Ой, я не знаю.
Сука.
Я не знаю.
Урод ебучий. Встанешь, я тебя убью нахуй.
Ой. 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 Ой.
Это для полиции, если что. Скорую помощь вызвать?
Ой, мощная.
Скорую помощь, говорю, вызвать?
Нет, я пойду домой. Дайте руку. Дайте руку. Ой,
Давайте. Вставайте. Вставайте.
What the fuck?
Okay, well, can you give me, does he have a business card? Does he have a phone number? Okay, well, I can wait. I can wait for you to call him back.
He's not able to come back down here.
But I need his name for my claim. You at least call him because you can't refuse to call the manager if I'm asking to speak to him. But you can't refuse. You can't refuse. I need his name.
I don't have his name. I can't give you his name.
This is the woman who refuses to give the manager's name.
Are you recording me?
This is the woman who refuses to give the name.
So, entonces, hi, because you're not supposed to be recording me. Can I have the state police and bag?
Yes, please.
Have a lady police in my place recording me and looking at the office.
I'm asking for the manager. Thank you. So you can't give me the manager on duty who you called? Okay, well, can you give me, does he have a business card? Does he have a phone number? Okay, well, I can wait. I can wait.
Hello? Police, this lady keeps bothering me. Yo, that motherfuckers call the cops for anything. Jesus.
It's over. Like, just try to stay on this side so he's more scared to run out the door. Yeah. Bro, like,
Hopefully he doesn't somehow.
Oh my God.
Fucking basement door. Like shit.
Is it locked? Oh my God. Oh my God. He's moving. Go. Yeah. Look, he's wanting to move. He's wanting to move.
Yo.
Nigga, don't
What?
attack me. Don't attack me, nigga. Don't attack me. Just like see if you can poke his butt.
Oh shit. Alright, guys.
Nigga, balloon and shit. Hell nah, nigga. There's a whole ass girl. Look at this big nigga. He big as fuck. Nigga. What do we do? I swear to God, bro. I will murder this nigga. I swear.
Yo, you see how big this fucking rat is? That shit look like a goddamn possum.
Like, just try to stay on this side so he's more scared to run out the door.
Yeah.
Bro, like,
hopefully he doesn't somehow.
oh my God.
Fucking basement door. Like shit.
Is it locked?
Oh shit, I missed the whole conversation. I was once referred to as stocky, not fat. Damn. Yo, the Savory Show, this motherfucker be posting all kind of shit up here, yo. He funny as hell.
That's a common misconception about what actually took place. When you study the history, that was one thing that the war was about.
Yo, that was a rat, yo.
War for one issue. I mean, I'm not a historian. I mean, you're putting me on the spot for something
So we got one thing that the war is about, slavery. What are two other things that the war is about?
The in general, the war was about tyranny.
What is tyranny?
Tyranny is any time a government overreaches and they control a life too much.
Like slavery.
Look at his lip.
Out in the South was fighting for slavery.
Yo, yeah, that was a rat, yo. That was, well, he got this one right here. A hero saves elderly lady from a rapist. The manager calls police. I watched this one right here too. Where's that rat shit at, yo? Yo, a huge rat. You can see the eyes like glowing.
Nah, nigga.
Look at the eyes.
Look at this big nigga. He big as fuck.
Yo, that's a fucking rat, son.
Nigga, what do we do? I swear to God, bro. I will murder this nigga. I swear to God. If he runs towards me, it's over. Like, just try to stay on this side so he's more scared to run out the door.
Yeah.
Bro, like,
hopefully he doesn't somehow.
Oh my God.
Fucking basement door. Like shit.
Is it locked? Oh my God. Oh my God, he's moving. Go. Yeah, look, he's wanting to move. He's wanting to move. Oh, nigga, don't attack me. Don't attack me, nigga. Don't attack me. Just like, see if you can poke his butt. See what he does. See what he does. Oh, shit. Nigga, holler and shit.
What do we do, nigga? What do we do?
Nigga,
Nah, I had a wolf rat like that one time back in the day, yo. This motherfucker, like, said shit like a little possum, man. I brought my goddamn pit bull in the house. I had a house dog, but then I had a fighting dog too. Like my fighting dog, that motherfucker stayed out in the goddamn elements. I brought my goddamn dog in the house to help me catch that motherfucker. Yo, fuck that shit.
You heard what the fuck I said? I said you need to back the fuck up. That's the woman. And you's a motherfucking man. Now what you gonna do? Go the fuck off. Go the fuck off. Go the fuck off. Put that gun away. Fuck you. Put that gun away. Go ahead. Put the fucking hands on me. I don't give a fuck who you call. You're the one that's aggressive to everybody. I don't care who you call. Call us a pregnant woman. You got our all in your face. We got this lady filming. Just walk away. He's got a gun now.
I've been recording every second, sir, since you got out of the car.
Do your business. Get the fuck one out of here.
You were about to hit.
Yo, that shit gets funny because the white dude punches him, yo. Yo, where's the one where he shows where he punches the guy? Oh, he must be took it down. But he punches the black dude in the stomach. Yo, black dude punch him dead in the fucking face. And then the white guy says, I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker. I'm gonna kill you. You don't hit people. Like, dude, you just punched him first. And I don't even know if that was a real fucking gun that dude pulled out. I don't know what that was, that shit he pulled out. I don't think there was no damn gun, though. I had posted shit on my damn Facebook. That shit was funny as hell. It be these good Samaritans, man. Y'all need to just calm down and leave people alone, yo. If that shit is not directly affecting your physical body, motherfuckers cooking out in the goddamn park using charcoal, that shit is not bothering you. Some little black girl selling bottles of water, that shit is not causing you any immediate physical danger or bodily harm. Why do you fucking care? Somebody falls asleep in a goddamn commons area. Who the fuck cares? Oh, they're not a resident here. Are they fucking with you? Go sit your ass the fuck down. Oh, there are some kids in this pool. They got invited here by their friends, but they're not residents. So the fuck what? Is there enough room in the pool for the kids to swim? Is the kids swimming? Are they fucking with anybody? Go sit your ass the fuck down then. Jeez. Can I speak to your manager? My manager? I'm gonna call the cops on you. I can't give you my manager's name. Bitch, you lying. Huge ass rat. Yo, that rat was big as fuck, son. Yeah, my homie just sent me a fucking picture. "2017 Colorado marijuana sales $1.5 billion in total revenue. 2017 CBD sales $820 million. That's crazy. getting that bread off that shit. Alright, nobody's answering any of my fucking replies. This shit is ridiculous. Yeah, but I've been here for almost 3 hours. Well, let me, I guess I'm at a good enough stopping point. I do gotta go run a little errand real quick. My main thing to get done for yesterday was to get that other canvas to have an entire underpainting on it. So that's done. So now I'm just starting back working on this piece and then adding some highlights to the face. I just I gotta go run and pay a bill real quick. Oh yeah, them highlights starting to come in there. Oh shit. Yeah, I'll be right back too. I don't even know, like, if I feel like even doing anything else. I'll probably just run out, come back, and come right back in the goddamn studio. Oh, nope. I need to, I gotta go catch this fucking canvas sale for this shit is over at Michael's. Damn, almost forgot about that shit, yo. So yeah, Michael's has a 70% off sale on canvases, and I need a couple of tubes of gambling too. So I gotta get some Venetian red, some Naples yellow, and some Indian red. Let me make sure I don't have backups of these shits already, because sometimes I'll buy them and toss them in a different zone. That burnt umber. All my shits are getting smushed down, yo. Damn. I might have to see which ones. I know some shit on sale, but dang, I ain't trying to spend $300. Let me check these and see what I got in here. Oh, that's that burnt sienna. Alright. Oh. Ballin', what I tell you. I know I be keeping shit on backup sometimes, so my Venetian red getting kind of low, so I got a backup tube of that. I don't have a backup tube of burnt umber, but I do have a whole tube of burnt sienna, so that might be okay for right now. What else I got in here? I got some crimson. That's good. All right, okay. I'm not as in bad of a shape as I thought. So let me I don't need Venetians, but I'm definitely gonna need Indian red and some Naples yellow. Indian red and Naples yellow. And some canvases. Indian red and Naples yellow. Take a picture of these shits right now. If I forget, I get all the way down there and be like, which two colors I said I needed? Yo, all the way from the UK, what's good, bro? Patty Patrick. You caught the end of the stream, my dude. I'm just about to get out of here, but I sure appreciate you stopping in because you're about to be privy to some of the best art and education you have ever experienced in your adult life. So you should do yourself a favor and go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. We'll hit that before the end of the year. And my Instagram is popping like a motherfucker. So subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram so you can keep up with all these dope ass paintings and all this good ass education. I just got to run out for a little while. I'm actually about to go re-up on some supplies right now. So definitely when I get back, I'm going to hop right back in the stream and show everybody what I went to go purchase. Because there's a sale right now, and I don't have a lot of money to spend like that, but I can't pass a sale up. And it's better to just go ahead and invest some capital back into this business right here. So my supplies don't run out, which I'm pretty good on canvases right now, but I could do better. Especially if it's a 70% off sale. Nigga, I can't pass it up. I can't do it. 70% off. Where you gonna put it at? I don't know. I'll find some way to put the shit at. But I'm about to go get some of this shit right now. This shit, whatever I buy right now, that shit gonna last me through the rest of the fucking winter, yo. I guarantee you. And probably to goddamn springtime, because I got an ass of canvases here. I got an ass of canvases there. I got some ass of canvases here. Canvases over there. I'm still about to go get some more. Fuck that. 70% off. I got to. Gotta go get that cheap shit. Much love to you too, bro. I say, so yeah, we'll be working on this paint right here for the next couple weeks. There's gonna be some real dope shit. We're gonna focus on this book right here, Black on Black Violence, the Psychodynamics of Black Self-Annihilation in Service of White Domination. Very, very provocative, intriguing, and informative book written by none other than the man himself, Dr. Amos Nelson Wilson. I would advise anybody to get a copy of Black on Black Violence if you have not read it. Working on a new piece that I started back here. I started this piece yesterday. So this book right here she's reading is The New Jim Crow, Mass Incarceration in the Age of Colorblindness. So that's going to be the next project coming up. I just finished this project right here. These are some more recent paintings that I did. Probably this right here is probably my new favorite painting. I love this piece. This painting is so nice. But this is our current project. Like I said, let me just run out and run some errands and go get these supplies real quick, and I'll be back in here because I was working on his face. I'm gonna come back and add some more highlights to the bridge of his nose and around his lips, and you can see where I stopped at is like right here on his cheek. How the colors are starting to blend a little more, so I'll get back in here and work on his face a little bit longer. Yeah, I do sell them. I have some stuff in galleries right now. I'm a part of a show that's going on right now until the end of the month, and then October, November, and December, I'll be in different venues each month. October and November are going to be like basically like private gallery showings, and I'll be the feature artist in both of those showings. And in December, I'll be a part of another collective member show at a really one of the more major galleries in the area. And then next year, probably I'll have another solo show at a big gallery. Also, I may be doing I may be in a show in a New York gallery coming up soon too. So a lot of stuff going on. So like I say, just subscribe to the channel. You'll see me in here every day, bro. This is all I do. I just paint. You know what I'm saying? I like to paint. Where's my controller? I can't turn it. All right. So yeah, And oh yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? Something positive. That's all it is, man. Got to keep it positive. I'll be back in a couple hours, yo. Peace. Catch y'all later.